Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. Thank you so much for being here. I am starting this out late, per usual. It is currently Tuesday. I like to start these on Sunday. So this is going to be a bit of a briefer reading vlog with some revised plans. However, maybe even a more exciting one because I am doing another 5-star predictions vlog. I sprinkle these in here and there. You know, there are books on my shelf, which I look at with the heart eye emoji, and I think are going to be favorites. But of course, I've got to space things out. These are two books. I think I just filed one of them. These are two books that I really think are going to be winners. And I think I'm going to get through really quickly based on my experience with these authors' other books. So I think these will be perfect for a quick little reading vlog where I'm kind of in a reading slump and I want some quick, good books to get me out of it. So first one is the one that I think I spoiled you on. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I unboxed this in a vlog I think it was a couple of weekly reading vlogs ago. I got my copy from Thrift Books. They do also sell new books and they're not Amazon. So that's good. So yes, I got this from Thrift Books. This is her latest release about a female scientist who is one of the first women scientists in NASA's space shuttle program. This has been getting rip-roaring reviews. Everybody is really, really loving it. And it's about a woman in STEM, which is me, myself. So I think I'm really going to resonate with this and love it. So I've been a little bit mixed about Taylor Jenkins Reid books. Loved Seven Husbands. Didn't love Malibu Rising. But I really think this will have what it takes to be a favorite of the year. So excited to pick this one up. Another trilogy I'm making my way through is The Hunger Games. And I picked up Catching Fire recently. This is a used paperback edition, but it's actually pretty nice, other than this sticker, which I'm a little scared to take off because I think it's going to be one that doesn't come off well. But anyways, I reread the original Hunger Games book, the first book in this series, obviously, a couple of weeks ago, and it was a incredible reading experience. Nostalgia, heartbreak, heart-pumping thriller vibes, even though it's not really thriller, it's a dystopian. Suspense, crushing on PETA. It was everything that I wanted it to be. So it only feels right that I need to continue the momentum with Catching Fire. I got through the first book extremely quickly. I think I will probably do the same with this one. I have read this and seen the movie a long time ago. I don't really remember what happens, if I'm going to be honest. So this is going to be bringing some distant bells, but also kind of a new reading experience for me. So I think we might have a 5-star read on our hands. I'm really hoping so. I think both of these have the potential, and I'm really excited to get into them and chat with you guys about them this week. Otherwise, what else is going on? I'm about to go try out a new swimming pool. So I am a new member of the YMCA because the outdoor pool was giving me very bad tan lines that were not going to look good with my wedding dress. I feel like these vlogs have just devolved into wedding vlogs. But anyways, we're not going to look good with my wedding dress. And I do like to swim laps. It's one of my favorite things I do to get exercise. It's really great for my mental health. But I wanted to do them indoors. So I'm going to try out a new swimming pool today. It has 8 lanes. So I'm hoping I'm going to get my own little lane and just do my workout and have a great old time. So I'm about to go do that. And then tonight I am working a night in the newborn nursery with my favorite little cuties. So that'll be lovely. Usually those nights are pretty chill. I have some time to get some work done. So maybe I'll bring one of these books and get an early start. So anyways, those are kind of the basic updates, and welcome to this week's reading vlog. So this lighting and this hair are both very non-ideal, but it's Friday night and I'm exhausted and I need to update you guys on my reading. So, first off, I tried the Pink Lemonade Spindrift, which big fan of. One of my other friends really loved it. She told me that I was going to love it. So I tried it out, of course, and it was delicious. Other update is that my little tea plant is now in a new location because it was really not liking life here. So I put it in our guest bedroom. Hopefully it will recover and we'll be able to have it back in this room. But for right now, if I wanted to have that plant be alive, just wasn't happening here. Today was a day in the newborn nursery. Pretty chill. I did get to read a little bit at work, which is always an absolute treat when things are calm. So I did want to update you about Atmosphere. I feel like I might get canceled for saying this, but this is not going to be a 5-star read. I already know that. I'm on page 110. It's not bad. I just have a couple of issues with it. So basically you're following these female astronauts, or like a group of astronauts that are joining NASA in the 1970s originally. And then the story also kind of takes place in the 1980s. And we're following our main character, Joan, who is a scientist in this group. And it's kind of about that, like, not like hazing process of NASA, but like the very rigorous training for what is a very intense job to become an astronaut. And you kind of like get her story, meeting the other people in her group. It very much feels like like college or like summer camp. Like they're all kind of getting to know each other in that close claustrophobic way. And I do enjoy that part. I have a couple issues so far. Issue number 1 is the book starts out with a very dramatic scene. And then it flashes back 7 years and we like lead up to that scene. I just don't like when books do that because I feel like it takes the air out of the balloon. Like, I know what's going to happen. I know where these characters are going. I just feel like there would be more drama if we built up to it. And I know that that's a preference thing because, you know, maybe there is a suspense, like how do we get to that point? But I just feel like the way this particularly is written didn't really give me that excitement. I'm like, okay, I know what's going to happen. I don't really care. So that was issue number 1. Issue number 2 is there are a lot of side characters in this book. A lot of people in the astronaut training program, a lot of military pilots and other random people and people in relationships with other people. And I'm realizing my tired brain is like not reviewing this in the best way, but I just like not a lot of the side characters other than the romantic interest in here have too much to like differentiate them from the other side characters, in my opinion. Like they all are just kind of running together and like that makes sense. They're all in this program. They all have similar interests. There's the boys, there's the girls. Some people like each other, but there's nothing like concrete that I'm like sinking my teeth into with any of these side characters, which just becomes a little bit of a melting pot of I don't really care about them. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like overall the beginning of this book has been a little bit disappointing given the literal 4.5 stars or whatever it has on Goodreads and the overall just like God tier status that Taylor Jenkins Reid has. I don't know. But I'm along for the ride. I'm going to continue the story. Maybe something in here will grip me. Maybe I'll latch on to some of these side characters. Maybe the suspense, there will be other forms of suspense apart from this main event that happened. But right now I'm not feeling it. I don't know. It's like a 3-star right now. We'll see. I have obviously not started the other book in this vlog, the Hunger Games book, which I'm going to try and get to, but the week has kind of gotten away from me with wedding planning and working and all the things. So I'm going to finish my Spindrift, perhaps read like one more chapter, and then I'm going to head to sleep because I have another busy day at work tomorrow. You know, when I'm working long days at work by me having weird lighting in my end of the day vlog clip because it's late and I have no sunshine left. But it's Saturday and I had a pretty chill day at work, but it still was a 12-hour shift, so definitely a longer day. I ordered some poke and ate it in the call room, which was very lovely. And I did get to read a bit more of Atmosphere, which is still lingering right around the 3-star. I don't know, guys. I don't know if Taylor Jenkins Reid is for me, which seems like kind of a sad thing to say, but I'm continuing on. I'm on about page 200 of about 330, so still have a bit more to read. Maybe something will really surprise me, but so far, very middle of the road. I do not think I'm going to make it to the second Hunger Games book in this video, Catching Fire. I just don't see it happening because I want to get it up tomorrow. And it probably was a little ambitious putting 2 books on my TBR of like 5 days, given how my reading progress has been going recently. But I do definitely want to finish Atmosphere, get you my final thoughts of that book. Otherwise, what other updates do I have? The garden is gardening. We have cucumbers 4 days. I will try and film some B-roll of the garden so that you guys can get kind of an updated little glimpse of things. And I do plan to do a garden tour as well, my summer garden tour here soon when some of the tomatoes start turning red. So you'll get a little picture of that. But the garden is certainly gardening. The wedding is weddinging. I ordered some cocktail napkins. I don't remember if I've told you this piece yet, but for our little bar, I ordered some cocktail napkins with the cat's face on them that I paid an artist to sketch their faces. And it's going to say, "Per me another" on the bottom of them. Is it frivolous? Do I need to spend money on it? No. But is it like my favorite wedding planning thing I've done so far? Yes. So I'm very excited for those to come in. Yeah, I think I'm just going to chill for the rest of the night, drink my Spindrift on the couch, finish up Atmosphere, and head to bed because I'm back to work tomorrow morning. All right, it is Sunday and it is time to wrap up this vlog. I have quite literally like sprinted home from work to the last little bit of sunlight so that I could film this clip without my terrible ring lights that I hate. So enjoy the last bit that we have here. So another 12-hour day in the newborn nursery, very chill. I did get to read and finish Atmosphere, which I'll chat with you guys about in just a moment. Tyler has made what looks and smells like a really delicious dinner. It looks like some type of steak, roasted carrots, beets from the garden. I'm very excited. And tonight, I think we're going to open another one of our wedding gifts. We have been so blessed to have a lot of our wedding gifts coming in early as people are sending in their RSVPs. So we're trying to pace ourselves and open one per day. So I think we'll open another one after dinner, which is just such a lovely, like once in a lifetime little treat for us. So I spent the day reading. I was binge watching Victoria's videos from What Victoria Read, which are just the most like cozy reading vlogs. So I've really been enjoying watching those today. And I blasted some Lana Del Rey on the way home because why the heck not? And my gas light came on just as I drove into the driveway. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to deal with this tomorrow. So anyways, enough rambling. I wanted to chat with you guys about Atmosphere, which I very joyfully finished today. I don't know why I said very joyfully. That was a weird way to say that. I ended up giving this 3.5 stars. I loved parts of this book. The end tore my heart out. There was a little tiniest tear that was shed at the end. I really definitely had an emotional reaction. I also loved in here the exploration of our main character, Joan's relationship with her niece in kind of a maternal but like complex maternal way, because obviously her niece is not her own child. And also kind of like a role model, feminist role model. Frances starts to look up to her as she is an astronaut. And it's kind of like a cool, the world is changing type of moment. I think the part of this book that just didn't work for me was the discussion of this group of people in the NASA training program and all these astronauts that were kind of up and coming in their training. I just don't feel like the side characters in that part of the book were particularly well developed. and I didn't really care about the side characters. Yes, the romance was great, but like if I'm going to spend most of the book with a group of characters that I don't care about, I don't think it's going to be more than a 3.5-star read. So, very unfortunately, this was not a 5-star as I had predicted. I don't know. I still am very conflicted about, is Taylor Jenkins Reid an author for me? I want to think that she is. There are moments of her books that are certainly for me. And then I sometimes just feel a little slumpy during large parts of her books. And so I don't know. I'm left feeling a little bit conflicted about this one, but that's okay. I'm very happy that I did at least get one book finished this week. So with that, I'm going to close this reading vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave me a rocket ship emoji for Atmosphere, the one book that I did get to read this week. And with that, I will see you guys very soon with another video. Bye.